Hey, you kids, get off my lawn. That's right, I'm having mic problems today. So I had to call up to the mothership and I had to see if I can get my old buddies from the Enterprise to help me out. Because today we're going to be reviewing an album. Oh, and I forgot. Hey, you kids, beam off my lawn. Okay, well, that said, today we're going to be reviewing an album. It's an album I've had in my collection and I've been wanting to review, but every time I review it, I have kind of mixed feelings about it. I'll listen to it one day and I'll think it's greatest thing since sliced bread, and I'll listen to it another day and I'll think, well, you know what? It sounds kind of like the last album and maybe even the album before that. I'm talking about this band right here, Saxon. And their newest release, or the latest release rather, can't really say it's new, Hellfire and Damnation. Now, like I've said before, it's Saxon. They've got a lot of great out. They got a lot of good songs on it. It's a solid album. And with Christmas coming up, I'd suggest you go out and get it for your loved one, or even better still, get it for yourself because let's face it, that Christmas music gets kind of old. Um, Hellfire and Damnation sounds good. Great out, great opener. Madame Guillotine is really, really good. Something in Roswell, Witches of Salem, I really like. There's a lot of good songs. What I like about it the most, they kept it at they kept it at a decent runtime. They did 10 songs. That said, they probably wrote a lot of this when they wrote the last album because it sounds very similar. Carpe Diem, and I like Carpe Diem a little bit better. I'm going to be honest with you. But this is very good. Um, I see Biff Byford and Nigel Glocker are still in there. Nigel's been one of my favorite drummers for a long time. Andy Sneap produced this. You've heard me talk about Andy Sneap before. Andy Sneap has produced and played on some of the Judas Priest albums um, that that have come across. Um, this album has lyric sheets. Has a lyric sheet in the album sleeve. Information. Again, good stuff. I can't really complain about this album. I would like to see if I had anything bad to say. One, it's the same thing I bitch about every time. I'd like to see download codes with these albums. I feel like if you're paying 20 something dollars for an album, which by the way, before I go any further, I do like the fact that they did one album versus 10 songs spaced out over two albums to try and make a cash grab out of it. You know, Priest has been doing that and a few other of these, a few other bands. And let's face it, you can fit 10 songs on an album. They just proved it. You don't need to space it out over two albums and turn it into an extravaganza and charge me double the price just because I want vinyl. Don't think that's really fair. And they didn't do that here. So it was like $25, $23, something like that. It was very affordable and it was good money spent. But that said, if you're going to spend $23 um, on a vinyl, you know, which is still, even though it's popular, it's still a little bit of a specialty item. Why don't you include a download code? I mean, old guys like me, we like to listen to this stuff in our car. And let's face it, you can't get cassette players anymore, or even, you know, CDs. I don't feel like I should have to spend an extra $10 for a CD or, an extra $10 for a digital download. And that's what I had to do in this case so that I could listen to it in my car. Um, that's kind of price gouging me a little bit. I would like to see you just include a code, like some of the guys used to do back in the day. Um, but other than that, nothing really to be said for it. They did a great job. I would like to see them get back to a more classic sound. I noticed Paul Quinn was back on this album. Paul Quinn was one of the old Saxon guys back in the day, and I'd like to see him write more and maybe get him back to that more traditional sound that they had back when they did Crusader, and um, even before then with you know Denim and Leather and Strong Arm of the Law, albums like that where they had more of a almost like a I wanted to say they kind of had a 50s vibe, but it was metal, it was heavy, and it was very unique. And they've kind of gotten away from that. Saxon is one of those bands that they should have got more credit than they deserved. And they kind of got lost in the shuffle of metal. Um, they're kind of like legends on the outside. They never quite got into that mainstream like the Maiden and the Priest, and they really should have. They deserved it, but they never got there. But anyway, um, Hellfire and Damnation, great album. Um, I would check it out, and I am going to see if I can fix this audio problem because I've had to use this. I had to use this because I don't know. I've been having audio problems, and this is like the fifth take, so I'm trying it again. But anyway, guys, y'all have a great holiday weekend. Um, hope everything goes well for you, and we will see you on the next one. Until then, beam the hell up off my lawn. Love y'all much. Bye.